Who actually shapes Sweden's modern economy? It is not always the tech bros, banking giants, or loud corporate figures. Sometimes it is the women quietly building industries, redefining consumer habits, and turning overlooked ideas into serious money. From fashion innovators to financial disruptors, these are the unexpected female power players rewriting Sweden's wealth map. And trust me, you won't see number one coming. Femte Filippa Knutsson. Let's start this countdown with Filippa Knutsson, a woman with the quiet authority of someone who never needed noise to build influence. Her world began inside a family that lived and breathed apparel. With parents who ran the denim label Gull and Blah, she grew up surrounded by patterns, fabrics, and conversations about clothing that fits real lives. But her career was not a case of inheritance turning into automatic success. It was her own personal vision that guided what came next. She noticed something about the fashion of the early 1990s. It was bold, bright, and attention-seeking, but she did not want attention through noise. She wanted clothing that people could wear without stress, clothing that created calm. This instinct was the seed of Filippa K, the brand she co-founded in 1993 with Patrick Kielborg and Karin Segerblom. The brand arrived with a fresh voice. Instead of trying to compete with the loud aesthetics of the decade, Filippa Knutsson leaned into simplicity, clean lines, soft tones, structured silhouettes, and an insistence that elegance did not need to fight for the spotlight. Her approach resonated instantly with people who wanted clothing they could live in rather than clothing that performed drama. This set the tone for growth. What started as women's wear expanded into menswear in 1998, proving that her principles held across genders. Then, in 2011, at a time when the activewear movement was accelerating across the world, Filippa K launched its activewear line. The timing aligned perfectly with a global shift toward functional fashion, where comfort finally met style without compromise. Her business decisions were not loud gestures, but measured steps that kept the brand aligned with its core values. Over the years, the company reached a turnover of 436 million Swedish kroner, a testament to both demand and longevity. Filippa K expanded steadily over the years, opening 40 stores and forming partnerships with more than 750 retailers worldwide. Each location reflected the brand's core principles: simplicity, elegance, and wearability. From Stockholm to other Nordic cities and international markets, the stores offered a consistent experience, presenting collections that were functional yet refined. Even as fast fashion accelerated around the globe, Filippa K maintained a reputation for timeless design. The brand did not chase trends for the sake of visibility. It prioritized longevity, quality, and consistency, which allowed it to withstand the rapid turnover that characterized much of the industry. Filippa Knutsson eventually stepped back from daily operational leadership, focusing on strategy and brand identity rather than day-to-day management. Yet her influence remained deeply embedded in the company's ethos. In 2025, Oscar Jacobson acquired the brand, a move that reflected the enduring value of the aesthetic and operational standards she had created. The acquisition confirmed that Filippa K was not only a fashion label, but also a sustainable business built on strong principles. Her vision continued to resonate with both consumers and investors, underscoring the long-term appeal of thoughtful design. Recognition for Filippa K and Filippa Knutsson followed steadily. The brand earned the Guldknappen Design Prize, a prestigious award that confirmed its influence on Swedish fashion and its ability to shape consumer taste. This accolade was a formal acknowledgement of the brand's unique position in the market and its consistent commitment to quality and style. Filippa Knutsson herself received the Patriotiska Sällskapets Näringslivs Medalj in 2010, an honor celebrating individuals who strengthen Swedish enterprise through leadership, innovation, and sustained impact. She was also awarded the Gunilla Arhens Förbildspris in 2008, recognizing her as a model of modern leadership in business and design. These honors reflected not only her design talent, but also her ability to guide a company with vision and integrity. Filippa Knutsson established standards that influenced other Scandinavian labels, demonstrating that simplicity, mindfulness, and quality could coexist with commercial success. Her work ensured that Filippa K remained a defining force in Swedish fashion, respected for both its aesthetic and its business longevity. What made these achievements notable was not only the design success, but the direction in which she was pushing the industry. Filippa Knutsson made sustainability part of the brand's identity at a time when most fashion houses viewed it as an inconvenience. In 2008, she established a second-hand store in Stockholm under the Filippa K label, giving customers a way to extend the life of garments and participate in a more responsible model of consumption. This was years before resale culture became a global movement. Her approach demonstrated a consistent philosophy. She wanted clothes that lasted, a business that adapted, and a brand that encouraged mindful habits without sacrificing elegance. Through these choices, she helped set standards that many Scandinavian labels still follow today, and her chapter is one of calm innovation. But as we prepare to move on, the story shifts from minimalist fashion to something much more active, because the next woman on the countdown did not sell simplicity. She saw a common problem with most Swedish families and designed a solution that no Swedish household can do without. 4. Monica Lindstedt. Monica Lindstedt enters this countdown as the woman who turned a national struggle into a national solution. Born in 1953, she built her early career in fields that trained her to look at systems and opportunities with precision. She earned an MBA, worked as a consultant, and became a chief executive in the media world. She even co-founded Metro newspaper, a publication that became one of Sweden's recognizable media exports. But her most influential idea arrived not from newsprint, but from everyday Swedish households. Lindstedt noticed a shift happening inside Swedish families. With more dual-income households and more demanding schedules, everyday home tasks were becoming overwhelming. Parents were exhausted, schedules were tight, and work-life balance was slipping out of reach. Rather than observing this as a sociological trend, she saw it as an entrepreneurial opening. In 1996, she launched Hemfrid, a company designed to help people manage household responsibilities through professional home services. Hemfrid did not just enter the Swedish market, it defined a new category. It became the foundation for the Swedish home services sector, providing structure and reliability in a space that had previously been fragmented and inconsistent. The company's growth was impressive. Hemfrid expanded from a turnover of 171 million kroner to 322 million kroner, eventually surpassing 500 million kroner in revenue. It built a workforce of more than 1,000 employees. Its profits remained steady at around 22 million kroner, demonstrating that Lindstedt had created not only a needed service, but a stable business model. Her leadership matured into a broader role as she moved from operational management to chairman of the board. She went on to chair Företagarna AB and served on the boards of Uniflex, SVT, and UNICEF Sweden. These positions reflected the respect she earned across Swedish business and non-profit circles. In 2013, she received Guldklubben, an award that celebrated her entrepreneurial leadership and her governance skills. Her story is one of strategic empathy. She solved a problem that families experienced every day. But the energy shifts again as we continue the countdown. The next entrepreneur did not rise from corporate halls or media offices. She rose from screens, stages, and social platforms. Her empire was born in the space between entertainment and product creation. And while many influencers aim for relevance, she aimed for ownership. But away from the media, with our next woman came the leap into modern beauty, direct-to-consumer branding, and a meteoric rise that reshaped an entire product category. Tree. Lena Gunilla Appler. If this list needs a splash of Swedish cool mixed with financial grit, then Lena Gunilla Appler delivers it in full. She did not rise from a family empire. She did not inherit a banking dynasty. She built her name by stepping into one of the toughest economic moments in modern Sweden and turning crisis into opportunity. Imagine the financial world of the early 1990s, when the Swedish banking system was shaking, institutions were collapsing, and uncertainty sat in the air like fog. Most people in finance were trying to survive. Lena Appler was learning. She was sharpening instincts that would later help her build one of the most influential fintech companies in the country. Her training ground was Securum, a state-owned asset management company that handled the mess left behind by the crisis. It was not glamorous work. It was not sleek office towers and polished boardrooms. It was a battlefield of distressed assets, loan recoveries, and broken structures. But that is where her strength formed. She learned how financial systems behave when they fail. She learned how companies fall apart. She learned how to make order out of disorder. And she saw something clearly. She did not want to stay in traditional banking. She wanted to build something different, something more flexible, something more modern. That spark of independence turned into reality in 1999 when she founded Collector. At a time when the word fintech was not even a buzzword yet, Lena was already walking in that direction. Collector started as a credit management company and slowly grew into something far bigger. With Lena at the wheel, the business expanded into digital financial services that felt fresh, fast, and customer-friendly. She built it step by step, adding products, improving systems, and strengthening the company one decision at a time. She was not chasing overnight miracles. She was building infrastructure. Collector kept growing, reaching new heights that placed it among the earliest leaders in the Nordic fintech scene. Under Lena's leadership, Collector Credit AB did not just survive. It became powerful enough to land on the stock exchange. In 2015, the company went public, an IPO that cemented its place as a rising financial force. This was not a small achievement. The fintech landscape is competitive, demanding, and often ruthless. chaos. Yet Lena navigated it with a mix of courage, clarity, and calm judgment. Her style was steady. She understood the risks, she understood the timing, and she understood when to push forward and when to pause. Her influence did not stop there. Lena stepped into broader business leadership, holding roles in companies that shaped Swedish commerce. She became part of the board at Skistar AB, a major force in tourism and mountain resort operations. She served in other organizations as well, extending her expertise into multiple sectors. Her estimated net worth of about $435,000 may not place her among the ultra-wealthy, but it captures the reality of a woman who built her position from problem-solving, leadership, and innovation rather than inherited fortune. What sets her apart is not only what she built, but how she stayed present across the industry, long after Collector took its place among major fintech firms. She continued to contribute to the ecosystem in different ways. Lena became chair of Red Locker AB, a company that focuses on menstrual product accessibility. She took roles in Exceed AB and SGP. She remained connected to the evolving world of financial technology, participating in committees and sharing insights that came from decades of experience. Her speaking appearance at Startup Grind offered a glimpse into her mindset. She talked about her journey with openness. She talked about the lessons from the financial crisis. She talked about why she resisted the traditional banking world and chose her own path. She spoke not as a distant executive, but as someone who understands the realities of building a company from the ground up. People often expect tech founders to be loud, dramatic, or overly polished. Lena is the opposite. She is grounded, she is direct, and she is very aware of the responsibility that comes with risk-taking. What makes her story particularly striking is how invisible she once was in the male-dominated world of finance. Sweden is known for its progressive environment, yet the financial sector still carries the weight of long-established norms. Lena broke through those norms without announcing it loudly. She built a company that got listed. She shaped an industry that now holds global significance. She showed that understanding crises can be a powerful tool when planning for the future. Today, her legacy is tied not only to the company she built, but to the mindset she represents. A mindset that says, innovation does not always start in bright tech labs. Sometimes it starts in the rubble of an economic collapse. It starts when someone sees how the system breaks and decides to create something stronger. It starts when someone refuses to be limited by the structures around them. But away from Lena, the next woman shaped culture not through finance or risk analysis, but through clean lines, soft colors, and a vision of style that traveled far beyond Sweden's borders. 2. Kirsten Ellisabeth Rausing. Kirsten Ellisabeth Rausing's story is a lesson in taking a legacy and making it distinctly your own. Born into the family behind Tetra Pak, one of Sweden's most recognizable industrial successes, she could have simply relied on inheritance and lived comfortably. But Kirsten had a different idea. She grew up with access to vast resources, yes, but also with an understanding that wealth carries responsibility and that opportunity is most meaningful when it is shaped by personal effort. She spent her early years learning the ropes of both business and agriculture, gaining hands-on experience at studs in Sweden and France. These formative years gave her a practical education that no classroom could offer. By the 1970s, she made a life-defining move, emigrating to Ireland to manage farms and later relocating to the United Kingdom by 1980. While many would see inherited wealth as an endpoint, she viewed it as a starting point for her own ambitions. In the UK, Kirsten took control of a rundown 150-acre property and transformed it into a thriving operation. Her focus was clear: thoroughbred horse breeding and sustainable farming practices. She applied the same precision and attention to detail that had defined her upbringing. The goal was not just profitability, but quality and integrity. Every horse, every paddock, every system was carefully monitored and improved. She avoided artificial inputs and embraced environmentally responsible practices long before sustainability became an industry buzzword. These choices created a reputation for excellence in equestrian circles and laid the foundation for larger business ventures. But Kirsten's reach did not stop at horses and farmland. Her investments extended into art, land, and technology, creating a diversified portfolio that would sustain wealth far beyond traditional inheritance. Over decades, her strategic decisions helped grow her net worth to more than $10 billion. She demonstrated a rare ability to combine careful stewardship of existing resources with forward-looking investments. Her approach to wealth has always been both thoughtful and dynamic, proving that inheritance can coexist with independent entrepreneurship. She did not simply inherit a fortune, she expanded it, diversified it, and gave it structure that reflected her personal vision. Kirsten Ellisabeth Rausing has maintained a strong and active connection to the Tetra Laval Group, which encompasses Tetra Pak and its associated businesses. While Tetra Pak is widely recognized as a global leader in packaging and processing solutions, Kirsten's involvement goes beyond simply holding shares. She has consistently engaged in oversight and strategic guidance, helping to shape long-term growth and ensuring that the company remains competitive in evolving markets. Her input covers both operational decisions and broader strategic planning, allowing her to influence the company's trajectory while respecting the established management structure. At the same time, Kirsten has balanced these responsibilities with her personal ventures in equestrian management and sustainable agriculture. Managing thoroughbred studs and farms requires daily decision-making, attention to detail, and an understanding of long-term planning, which complements her corporate oversight. She applies the same analytical skills, discipline, and management principles to both arenas, demonstrating a unique combination of industrial expertise and practical hands-on experience. This dual focus allows her to maintain a connection to her family's industrial legacy while actively building independent ventures. Her role within Tetra Laval and her personal business projects reflects careful stewardship, strategic foresight, and the ability to integrate leadership across diverse fields. Philanthropy is another pillar of Kirsten's life. She has used her resources and expertise to support environmental and cultural initiatives, particularly in areas linked to her passions. Whether through sustainable farming projects or contributions to arts and education, she has emphasized responsibility alongside prosperity. Her influence extends across industries and borders, reflecting a commitment to shaping not only financial outcomes, but societal impact as well. The UK farms she manages are not just sites of production. They are examples of environmental stewardship and sustainable practices, blending commercial sense with ethical responsibility. What sets Kirsten apart from many heirs of industrial dynasties is her insistence on active involvement. She did not let legacy define her limits. She chose to work, to manage, to build, and to make decisions that shaped outcomes in real time. That hands-on approach is what allowed her to combine traditional industrial wealth with personal passion projects, creating a profile that is rare among billionaires who inherit their fortune. The Tetra Pak connection gave her insight and influence, but it was her own vision, her own management style, and her commitment to excellence that amplified that foundation. Even today, Kirsten Elizabeth Rousing continues to be a figure who bridges legacy and innovation. Her life demonstrates that inheriting wealth does not have to mean passivity. She has shaped her properties, her investments, and her philanthropic initiatives with a mix of precision, care, and foresight. She has preserved and grown the family legacy while leaving a distinct imprint of her own making. Her story reminds us that wealth, when paired with ambition and careful management, can create enduring influence across industries, generations, and geographies. As we move to the next entry in this countdown, get ready for someone whose rise came from a completely different world. If Kirsten built her empire through strong horses, the next woman climbed to the top through the power of public attention and the energy of the digital age. 1. Bianca Ingrosso. Bianca Ingrosso stands at the top of this countdown as the richest, fully self-made woman in this feature, and her place here reflects more than fame or visibility. It reflects a direct understanding of how modern influence works and how that influence can be turned into a real business engine. Her journey did not begin in a boardroom. It began in a household deeply connected to Swedish entertainment. She grew up around television sets, production schedules, rehearsals, and the constant demands of public life. That environment taught her about timing, storytelling, audience reactions, and the emotional rhythm of public attention. These experiences shaped the instincts that she would later use to build one of the strongest beauty brands in the Nordic region. Even though her family name already carried weight in Sweden, Bianca never depended on that identity to create her success. She had access to the world of entertainment, but she did not inherit a ready-made company or a prepared business blueprint. She relied on her ability to read people. She understood what viewers wanted to see, what buyers wanted to experience, and how a public figure could build trust simply by being consistent. Before her business career started, Bianca had already learned how to create engagement through television appearances, music projects, live performances, and later through social platforms where she built a direct connection with young audiences. Every post, every appearance, and every project taught her how attention works and what converts attention into demand. Her defining moment as an entrepreneur arrived in 2018 when she was 24 years old. She co-founded Kaya Cosmetics with her manager Vanessa Lindblad and two industry partners Jesper Mach and Mikael Snab. Later, as the company grew, Johanna Eriksson Hamren stepped in as chief executive. From the very beginning, Kaya was shaped around a clear idea. The company would speak directly to consumers without relying on retail intermediaries. It would use online engagement as its main driver of sales. It would build its identity around high-quality beauty products with a strong visual presence. This was not just a strategy on paper. It was a strategy that aligned perfectly with Bianca's strengths. She knew how to create visual excitement. She knew how to use storytelling to make a simple video feel personal. She knew how to present products in a way that made buyers feel like they were part of a shared experience rather than watching an advertisement. She understood the emotional side of marketing at a time when authenticity was becoming one of the most valuable currencies in online commerce. Kaja launched and immediately gained traction in Sweden. The product sold fast. The brand identity was clear. The marketing was natural rather than forced. Bianca used techniques she had learned from years in front of the camera. She used direct communication with her audience. She used transparency about product development. She also used her sense of timing, releasing products when her connection with viewers was strongest. Her personal understanding of audience psychology became the fuel that pushed Kaja from a new brand into an emerging beauty force. As demand grew, Kaja expanded beyond Sweden into the United Kingdom and the United States. This shift marked the moment when the brand stopped being a regional project and became a global contender. It proved that Bianca's vision was not limited to one country or one language. It showed that real demand existed for the products she was creating and the identity she was shaping around the brand. Kaja became a company with international reach, strong marketing strategy, and solid sales performance. Bianca's financial growth reflects the scale of this success. Reports place her net worth between $50 million and $200 million. This range may vary across sources, but it consistently places her among the wealthiest self-made women in Sweden. The numbers recorded in official documents support this picture. In 2022, she declared an income of 1.57 million Swedish kroner, which reflects the earnings from her various ventures. In 2023, she received a dividend of 20 million Swedish kroner from Bianca Ingrosso AB, which demonstrates the cash strength of her personal holding company. These figures are not symbolic. They show real profitability. They show that her success is backed by strong financial results rather than only public attention. They also show that Bianca has built a company structure that continues to generate significant returns as Kaja grows. Bianca Ingrosso's rise from television personality to beauty industry leader shows how influence, when paired with strategy and discipline, can evolve into a powerful business. She built a brand that resonates across borders, and she turned her understanding of audiences into long-term financial success. Today, she stands as one of the most successful, fully self-made women in Sweden and a clear example of how modern entrepreneurship can redefine personal identity, industry presence, and financial achievement. These women built businesses that reflect different eras and different needs in Swedish society. Their stories show that Swedish entrepreneurship is not defined by volume, but by clarity of purpose. And there you have it, the richest self-made women in Sweden. Which one of these females fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments. And for more such peeks into the lives of the rich, take a look at our channel.